I am coming to you right now. I'm just leaving Poor Richard's Bait and Tackle in Erie, Pennsylvania. I drove up today. I'm gonna be here the next 2 days after today, fishing for burbot. It's an actual cod species that's in Lake Erie. It's the only cod species that's freshwater, I believe, and I want to try and catch one. They migrate from the deep waters of Erie in the winter to spawn, and they come into the bay area where it's shallower, where you can catch them off the bank or the pier. So I'm going to be fishing on a pier with, I just got minnows here at Poor Richard's, shiners. I'm going to be fishing on the bottom and hopefully hook into some burbot. I'd like to just catch one and I'll be happy. But it's going to be interesting. They're an interesting fish, and you never know when you're after a species that you've never caught. You just don't know. You kind of have to figure it out. I'm hoping these ones just throwing shiners out with the sinkers easy enough. You don't really have to do anything special for that, but I think time might just be the key to catching one. So I'm going to put the time in. I got here, it's around 2 o'clock. I'm going to fish till dark. So it'll be about 15 minutes till I'm there, so I'll check in once I'm on the pier. Alright, I made it. Made it to the pier. Straight in the inlet. Right where the water from Lake Erie goes into the bay, so it's like a channel and it's deep, so everything I'm reading should be where there's a few burbot. So we're gonna cast out and see what happens. What I'm doing here is I'm just going to use a slip sinker so it'll get it down to the bottom, but then when that burbot hits and it starts taking it, it won't feel the tension with the sinker and drop it. That's what fish do sometimes when they feel that. I don't know about burbot, they might not care, but I know for other species they do. So I'm going to try that, see what happens. I tie the Palomar knot. I'll have to show you that later on the next rod I do. Alright, what we're using for bait is just shiners. I'm going to put, the guy at the bait shop told me, since they're not super big ones, put 2 or 3 on to get more attraction, so I'm going to do that. First line going out. On the bottom. Alright, got the other rod rigged up. Same way. See what happens. I just wanted to check in, just say how many. Man, there's a lot of burbot fishermen out here today. Oh yeah, just me. I don't know if that's a good sign or not. Any other time I'd be glad to see no fishermen, but I would almost wish there was one person so I could ask them some questions. But there's nobody. Cold winter day. Alright, I'm coming to you. This is day 2. I'm here in the morning. I wasn't able to go to my other spot, I guess. In the park I was fishing. There's hunting allowed today till 2, so they only allow hunters. So I had to go to another pier. And I guess they do catch them here. So maybe it'll be a blessing in disguise, but we'll see. But I have 2 rods out now, so we'll wait till the sun comes up and see what happens till then in the dark. Supposedly they bite better in the dark, so we'll see. Stay tuned. Update. Today, down the pier, there's actually 2 other people. And a guy just came by me, and he's been fishing a long time, he said, and he's never caught a burbot. But he is fishing for burbot as well, so I am in the right area. But the bad news is he's never caught one. And he lives close to here. But you never know. Just gonna have to keep the lines out and bait on them and just keep waiting. I think that's the key to success with these fish. It is now daylight. Nice conditions though, thankfully it's not windy or anything, so we're just gonna wait it out and see what happens. That's pretty cool. I don't know if you can see it, they're raising the flag at the U.S. Coast Guard at 8 when they play the national anthem. Still no fish. Alright, I'm back. It's afternoon, it's like 3:30. Got here, I'm gonna try and stay till like 6:30 or 7. It's dark, so we'll see what happens. I'm actually farther out this pier too. I'm right where the channel meets. Right here, so we'll see what happens. Alright, update. This is my 3rd day fishing for burbot in Lake Erie in Pennsylvania. No luck yet, not even a bite, but I'm here not bright, but in the dark, way before the sun comes up, so once again, I'm the only one on the pier. So, don't be they get fished for that much, because everything I read is they bite better in the dark. So maybe that's part of the reason people don't catch them very often. I don't know. But we're gonna try and put 5 or 6 hours in, so let's see what happens. I can't be sure about this, but I've been here 3 days, and one bird, like I said, I don't know if it's the same one, but has literally landed and sat behind me every day. He gets the minnows that like might be dead that I throw to the side, and I think it's the same one because he sits literally like 10 feet behind me and waits. That was helping me pass the time for the last few days. I love the outdoors. Here, buddy, one more. Funny, there's like hundreds of these up here, and one out of probably thousands of these, actually thousands of these gulls, and then one of them just decides every day to camp out right next to me. Out of the thousands of them, just one. Every day I'm here, he's here waiting. It's funny, like the rest of them didn't pick up, is what I'm getting at. Pretty cool. Okay, everybody. Kind of freaking out. We got a big fish on. I'm gonna try and set the camera up. Okay. Got a big one on. It could be what I'm after. I've been here 3 days trying to fight a fish. I can't even speak right. I'm really worked up. I've been here 3 days fishing for a burbot, what they call an eelpout too, and I finally just hooked one, or hooked something big. I'm fighting it right now. Oh my. Everybody, I caught one. I freaking caught one I'm after. I caught one. I got one. Unbelievable. I've put 3 days into this. You guys are not going to believe it. I finally caught a Lake Erie eelpout, or burbot. 3 days I've spent all by myself fishing in the cold. Morning, evening, in the dark. This is just unbelievable. I finally just caught one. The rarest fish in Lake Erie, I would say, to catch. And there it is. I came and I conquered. The last day of my trip, I just caught one. I am so freaking pumped up right now. Oh, look at this exotic looking fish. I didn't even know they were in here till just about a year ago. Alright, I'm still pretty ecstatic, but I've calmed down a bit. I'm going to show you this fish. Burbot is what they go by, like the number one name I'd say that's used, but they're also called eelpout, and I think they have a few other names too. But I finally caught one in the depths. came out of the depths of Lake Erie. They live on the bottom. And they have little weird looking barbels. Oh, definitely odd looking fish. They're fun though, they fight good. Okay, here we go. There's my burbot, first ever. 3 days of fishing, all by myself in the winter time. In the dark, every morning and night. There's the light at the end of the tunnel, my first burbot. It's a pretty big one too. I don't know how big they get, but it's a pretty decent one. I'm pumped up, everybody. Persistence pays off. I didn't know if I'd ever catch one, but I just kept trying, and I finally did. I'm actually, I think, gonna take this home and eat it too. They're supposed to be good. So I'll add that in and I'll show you how I fillet it. I was reading a lot online how to do it. And we'll see how it tastes. But I'm gonna put in another hour or so here and then I'm gonna head back home. So maybe we'll catch another. I doubt it, but you never know. Alright, I'm wrapping up. I got 2 rods out of the water already. I got all my tackle stuff put back away. I got rid of my bait. I got a good looking burbot. And I actually caught a perch too. Pretty nice size one. So I might as well keep him. They're really good to eat. Got him up too, so I'm getting out of here. And what an awesome time fishing. It was tough the first 2 days, kind of sitting. When you're by yourself, it's harder kind of sit still, and especially when you don't know if you're doing it right or you know anything, because I've never fished for them. I've never caught any, but I just was talking to as many people as I could, and they pointed me kind of in the right direction and how to fish for them, and it ended up paying off. So I'm going home with the burbot, my first. Later here I'm going to cut it up and I'm going to cook it probably tonight, so we'll see how it tastes. Supposedly they're good. They're a cod, so we'll see how that turns out. But yep, I'm packing up and I'm out of here. So all I got to say, thumbs up.
How much does that weigh?
Probably 12 pounds or more. Probably a little heavier than that.
What even is that?
It's a burbot.
It's like a frog.
Look, they have one barbel right here. Alright, I just got back from my 3-day trip in Erie. I ended up, as you saw in the video, getting one bite, and it was what I was after, a burbot.
A hammer.
Or eelpout. I was told by locals they call them eelpout too. But I got it back here, and I watched a video when I got back on how to fillet them, and I'm going to try and do my best here, and I'm going to cook one up tonight, cook one of the fillets up tonight, and see how it turns out. I also got none other than Jared McLaren.
Back.
He's back. He's going to film me while I fillet this baby up.
See if you know how to do this.
Give it my best shot. Alright. Supposedly you start right on the backbone. Alright, they showed me on the video I watched to go right down the spine. So right now, I'm basically cutting in right down the spine. There's a big hunk of meat that spans from here from about right here the whole way back. You cut back, cut about right to here, and then they show you that the tail from here to the back of the tail is all good meat too. So that's what I'm going to take out of this fish. You can feel the spine too, or the rib bones, as I'm cutting. I'm just trying to go right along it. You can see I'm getting the meat, like there's the rib. You can hear it with the knife. I'm going right down along, so I'm trying to get every bit of meat you can. And then I'm going to cut it off right there. And then this is so-called like the back strap of the burbot. I'm staying right above the bones. Trying to, at least. There's that piece, and then I'm going to cut down and start cutting down to the tail, because as soon as you get down to about here, you can take all the rest of the meat once you get past the stomach. That's all good meat. I'm going to cut this. There's the first fillet. And then I'm going to take the rest of this down. And I'm going to take it right down from the top, right down to the bone, and it should be a really nice fillet. You want to put your knife blade right below the top fin to the bottom fin and just feed it right down the top to the end of, to where the tail is. And there's that fillet. And that's the one side. And then you just do the same for the other side. So I'll do the other side, and then I'm gonna go in and cut a couple up and throw them in the frying pan, and we'll see how they are. What's happening? Alright, I got the meat done. All I did was take the skin off the other side, and then I chunked it up into little pieces, and I put it in a bowl and put salt water and got the blood out of it. So there's that. And now I just put some butter in a pan, and I'm gonna start cooking it, and then I'll probably add some seasonings and stuff. But if you cut above like the rib bone, there shouldn't be any bones in it. It actually is pretty white meat, almost as similar to walleye. Alright, and then I'm just going to add probably salt, pepper, and maybe some lemon, and fry it up till it starts peeling apart like fish should, and then we're going to try it. So, stay tuned. Alright, the Burbot, or Eelpout, just finished. Here's what it looks like.
Let's see what it tastes like.
Looks pretty good. Jared's going to be the taste tester.
I'm a fish connoisseur. Let's go with this piece.
Be honest. Pretty good?
Really good.
I'm gonna try it.
Say it's better than walleye. More like a chickeny taste, kind of.
It is good.
Doesn't taste too much like fish, so if you're not a big fish guy.
It's not very fishy. It's hard to believe something that lives on the bottom of Lake Erie and looks like it does taste that good. And that was just in a pan with some butter and some lemon pepper seasoning and salt and pepper. Pretty easy. But I'm gonna shut this down, so you know what I say. Until next time, keep reeling them in.